Hello friends, and thank you for joining me. I've seen that I've reached 100 subscribers. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. So it's Vic here, sharing another layout for Lottie Loves Paper using the gorgeous Noteworthy Collection by Pink Fresh. I wanted to make use of that catapult sheet with the tags, so decided I'd make like a tag banner running across the middle of my page, my layout. I've got this lovely photograph of one of my daughters from, I think it was last year. We took our dog down to the local park for a walk and she got all glammed up, and I sort of had a look at her and had to take a double take. She just looked so grown up with her hair up like that, and I managed to snap this quick photograph of her, and she makes me laugh because she's got a backpack on as well. She always likes a bag. So I got my Big Shot out for this to cut myself some tags of different shapes in the bright colours from the collection. That raspberry paper is going down really quickly. I wish I'd got 2 sheets of that because it really is my favourite colour. So it features on most of my layouts with this collection. So fast forwarding a bit, I like I said, cut those tags in a few different sizes using the Big Shot, and use different colours. They're so bright and fresh and sort of spring-like, perfect for this nice weather we're having at the moment. And then I wanted to try and anchor my banner across the page, so created a tiny little embellishment cluster at the top left corner and bottom right corner of my layout, just to draw your eye across the layout and try and just ground that line of tags, like I said, across the middle of the page. Just trying to balance everything out really. I think it would look a little bit silly just floating there. So I made a tag out of this camera as well that I'd cut out from one of the sheets. I didn't want them all to be the same shape. And that love, like oval shape, was also cut out from one of the sheets of paper. So I wanted to embellish the tags that I'd made, and decided to do what I love best, fussy cut. So fussy cut out some trees and one of the bicycles from the sheets of paper in that collection, just to start to layer up the tags, add a bit of depth and interest to the layout, and create like some little mini scenes. Sorry if you can hear a dog barking in the background, that is a neighbour's dog, not mine. Always the way, you go to do a video and a voiceover and the dog starts barking behind me. Never mind. So on that lovely positive word sheet of paper, I also cut out, I think it was the word enjoy, to go along one of my tags as well. I really like papers that have lots of words on, so you can cut them up and make your own like titles or little embellishments. So drawing some of the ephemera from the ephemera pack from the collection, trying to make the most of everything. I'm not very good at using ephemera from kits, so because I always tend to make my own embellishments by the fussy cutting, so I was conscious that I wanted to try and bring some of that into my layout. So I'm really enjoying looking back at my old photographs at the moment. I mean, there's always photographs you can scrap. I tend to try and scrap in the moment, but obviously with us not being allowed out very much in our current situation, looking back at these old photographs is definitely brightening the day up and bringing back some happy memories to scrap about. I don't know about you, but I've got thousands of photographs. I tend never to get rid of them on my phone, and I've always got a good selection to choose from. So before I stick any of these bits and bobs down that I've on my tags, I just want to make sure that I'm happy with the layout. And then I always take a photograph when I'm happy with placement of everything, so that I can then look back at it as a guide for when I start sticking things down. I hate sticking things down too soon because I normally always regret where I've put something and want to move it and then can't with the glue that I use. I know you can get like silicone glues and that which take a bit longer to dry and allow you to move things around a bit more, so but I haven't got that. I just use Cosmic Shimmer. So removing everything off of my 12 by 12 layout, and I wanted to create a bit of a background as well to help it just pop a little bit more. And I think my go-to colour at the moment with this collection is yellow. So I used some of the new Vicky Boutin texture pastes. Love that yellow. And I thought I'd try an experiment and pop it in one of my old embossing folders. All these things that are tucked away in the cupboard that I just tend not to use very much. So I applied only a tiny amount onto it and then just watered it down a bit, and then made an impression on the paper myself. And I really love the pattern that's come out with that. It's really pretty. And then I got some of the pink paint, well, not paint, texture paste from that, and watered it down for some paint splatters. So whilst that was drying, I popped that to the side. I then went back to my tags to stick everything down where I wanted it. Mount some of the embellishments and the cutouts on some foam pads just to add some dimension. And I also got out my eyelet setter, which I haven't used for ages, and found these old eyelets in the bottom of a drawer that had never been opened, and thought that the green would match really well with the collection. So after I'd jazzed all of my tags up, I then set an eyelet into all of them just to finish those tags off nicely. So I won't show you all of the tags being made, but there's just a few there, and then I'll, as if by magic, whiz through and get back to popping all the layout together. So does anyone else have stuff in the back of the cupboard that they just don't use very much at all? I can remember when I first started scrapbooking, alphabets were always a massive thing to me. And I think that's why I ended up buying the Big Shot in the end, just because I could then cut my own alphabets rather than sticking to the company Connection alphas. I liked to be able to mix and match things, but since technology's come along and my mum's kindly left her silhouette with me because she doesn't use it very much, I now use that more than my Big Shot. So I have all these dies and embossing folders and things sat in the back of the cupboard that never see the light of day, so it's quite nice sometimes to go back and use something like that. And actually it was so quick and easy to cut those tags as well, that I can't be the only one that decides they have to have something and then styles change and technology changes and the next latest gadget comes out and that's got to be a must as well. You can't live without it. So there we go. I've put all my tags together and popped them on top of that background, and I absolutely love that. So I'm just coming in now just to highlight some of the pattern from that yellow embossing that I did with a black pen, just to highlight a little bit of it. I threaded through my tags with some embroidery thread, and I also decided I wanted to add a little bit more interest to that background, so did a few lines, excuse my head in the picture there, a few lines of the pink embroidery thread, but threaded a few sequins on it. So now the page has pretty much come together, just deciding where I want those tags placed with the embroidery thread through and sticking them down. Putting my title on my page When I went back and looked at my layout for photographs, I realised that I just put our walk in park, so I had to add the later after doing the video. Don't quite know where my head was that day as I was creating this, but I'm loving those alphas. I love all the different colours and the fact that you can make like a multicoloured word, a rainbow of colours. It's gorgeous. They're really fun. So anyway, this is Vic from @ForeverScrapping. Find me on Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook with Forever Scrapping. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a 12 by 12 layout process video using the Noteworthy Collection by Pink Fresh for Lottie Loves Paper. All this collection is in the shop at the moment. I hope you've enjoyed the video and you like the finished layout. Thank you for watching, and once again, thank you to all my subscribers. I can't believe I've reached 1,000. 1,000? Blimey, 100. Bye!